Hi everyone, and welcome to this new video about Babbar and specifically about Babbar metrics. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to compare the value, either URL, host, or domain, to the semantic value. Mostly how to compare the popularity with semantics and topics in it. The idea would be what information can we get from comparing these two values. This is going to be a short video and we're going to talk about real life examples. I'm going to show you three different websites and we're going to talk about these examples. First one is the website frère.perronnet.eu, which is a website we operate. It's classified in computer science and IT, and it talks about exactly SEO and other computer science stuff. If we look at it, again, this is Babbar's dashboard. For those of you who are not familiar with it, we have the URL we're talking about, some information and metrics around here, and a similar host on the half of the screen. So if we look at what we are interested in, mainly the host value, it's an analog of the PageRank. It's computed with a reasonable surfer model, and it ranges from 0 to 100. So here we have a site with a 77 popularity metric, which is quite good actually. And what we can see as the trust it ranges also from 0 to 100, so 20 is not that high. So it's not a really fully trustworthy site. It probably means that in the linking of this website, there are sites that are not really trustworthy. And now if we look at the Babbar authority score, which is kind of aggregates all the metrics above. For those of you who don't know what the Babbar authority score is, I'll encourage you to go see the video we made about this metric. So this is 74, which is quite high, meaning that getting a link from frère.perronnet.eu in the category of SEO or computer science is quite powerful. Now if we look at the semantic value, it has a score 65. Semantic value is just a popularity metric computed using the topical coherence of links. What we can see is that this value, it also ranges from 0 to 100, so it's not that bad, but it's much lower than the host value. Meaning here we can see that when we add semantics to the linking, the popularity of this website actually drops. So that means the linking profile of this website is not really semantically sound. We have probably a lot of sites that are not in the category of this website that are linking to it. We can see that those links still works. They're giving this site popularity since it has a host value of 77, but semantically speaking or topically speaking, they're not really good links, which mean that the topical PageRank or in Babbar the semantic value is not going to be that high. Let's talk now about a second website, abondance.com, which is one of the most powerful website in the French SEO sphere. It's also a website, of course, that talks about computer science, and it's an SEO website. If we look at the metrics for abondance.com, we can see that it has a host value of 85, which is really high. So it's a really powerful website, really popular website. 85, it's probably one of the most, as I said, like one of the most popular website in the French SEO sphere. Again, a trust of 42, not really close to the average, so pretty good, and a semantic value of 85, which is the exact match of the host value for this website. That means that whether we take into account the semantic profile of the links, we got the same value, the same popularity. That means for this website, the linking profile is actually quite good. Like whether or not you take into account topics for the link strength, you got the same result. So the link profile for abonance.com is good. And that reflects because you have a Babbar authority score of 79, which is also really high, meaning that if you can get a link from abonance.com to your SEO website, it will be highly beneficial. Now let's talk about the last example I want to mention. It's krinen.com, also a site we operate. It's not a technical website. It's a site that's classified as arts and culture. It's a site where I published reviews of cultural products such as movies, comics, books, and everything like that. We see that as well. It's still a really high host value. It's a really popular site with an 80 value. The trust is 35, which is not that bad. If we look at the Babbar authority score, it drops to 64, which is quite far from the host and the semantic value, but it's probably because, as mentioned in the Babbar authority score video, the Babbar authority score is here to mitigate like the results of all metrics and to make sure that every popularity or trust is well founded and earned quite naturally. And this website has been like operated for close to 20 years and is kind of a test lab for us for many things. And apparently some things that were done to boost this website are not like really liked by Babbar authority score algorithm. But the last thing I want to talk about on this website is the semantic value. So the topical page rank of this value, it's 83, which in itself is really good, but more impressively, it's higher than the host value, than the page rank itself, meaning that when you add semantics into the links, not only you don't drop in popularity, but you see a boosting effect, meaning that the linking profile for this website is particularly well crafted, well done. Every link is really semantically coherent with this website, meaning that you see this boosting effect on the website. This the linking what we can conclude about comparing this host value and semantic value for this website is that the linking profile is truly well done. And that's kind of the conclusion of this video, is that comparing host value and semantic value, you'll be able to see how good is the linking profile of a website. If the host value is much bigger than the semantic value, then you could improve a lot on your linking profile by having more sites that are topically relevant to your site linking to you. If you have a semantic value, which is real close to your host value, we saw an example where they were equal, but let's imagine you have a host value of 85. If you have a semantic value of 84, it's pretty much the same thing. Then you know that you have a really good linking profile. A good linking profile, and like almost all your links are topically relevant. And if your semantic value is higher than your host value, then you see a boosting effect in your popularity when you take into account semantics of the links. So then you have a really, really good semantic profile, a very, very good linking profile for your website. The thing is that, yeah, then comparing host value and semantic value will help you define what's the quality of your linking profile. And the thing is that it can help even if you see a web page that has low host value, let's say for example 20 or something like that. If the semantic value is like 19 or even 22 or something like that, it means that this website is very young and still growing, so it has a low popularity, but you can assess that the linking profile is very good, and then things are done correctly from the start, like it's an indication of the quality of the linking profile. Of course, if you want to know the quality of your linking profile, you can use our tool to do it. So you can go to Babbar and register. All the metrics that you need to do it are available even in the simplest plan that we offer, which is the core metrics plan that you can try for a month. It's only 45 euros. You'll have the dashboard where all the metrics, you can compare your value and your semantic value. Right now, and for a couple of weeks still, Babbar is still in beta phase, so you can access Babbar at beta.babbar.tech. And with the coupon beta30, you can get a 30% discount on the price, so meaning that the core metrics would only cost you a little more than 30 euros if you take it only for a month. And obviously, if you take a full year, you have the first year at a 30% discount. So before leaving you, let me put back the conclusion of this video, which will help you decide how good is your linking profile using Babbar metrics. Thank you for watching.